Have you ever seen silver soar like this? In just the past few weeks, silver has blasted past $90 an ounce, a move that's shocking even seasoned investors. And right now, you might be wondering, what on earth is driving this historic rally? If you've been on the sidelines, you could be missing out on a story that's reshaping the precious metals market forever. Before we dive deep, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Silent Ledger. You'll want to stay updated because we break down exactly what's happening, why it matters, and what could come next. Silver isn't just climbing, it's smashing records. To understand why, we have to start with the basics. Silver, like gold, has long been seen as a safe haven, a hedge against inflation, and a store of wealth. But unlike gold, silver also has industrial demand. It's used in electronics, solar panels, and medical devices. That dual nature, part investment, part industry, makes silver incredibly sensitive to both economic trends and market sentiment. When investors anticipate inflation, recession, or supply constraints, silver often reacts faster and more sharply than gold. And right now, everything seems to be aligning to push silver higher. The first major factor fueling this rally is inflation. Across the globe, central banks have pumped trillions of dollars into the economy over the last decade, but especially in the last few years. That flood of money has led investors to seek assets that can hold value, and silver is one of the top choices. Unlike paper money, you can't print silver, and as fears of inflation rise, demand for physical silver skyrockets. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just ordinary inflation we're talking about. Analysts at the Silent Ledger note that we are seeing a perfect storm of rising prices, supply bottlenecks, and geopolitical tensions, all of which have traders scrambling to secure tangible assets. Then there's the matter of industrial demand. Technology and green energy are booming, and silver is right in the middle of that revolution. Solar panel production alone consumes hundreds of millions of ounces of silver every year, and as countries push aggressively toward renewable energy, that demand is only accelerating. Add in electronics, medical equipment, and even batteries, and it's easy to see why silver inventories are tightening. Fewer ounces available, but more demand? Classic recipe for higher prices. Another critical element is investment behavior. Silver ETFs, which allow investors to buy and sell silver without touching the physical metal, have seen record inflows. When these investment vehicles buy more silver, it's not just a paper move. It physically reduces available metal in storage, creating scarcity. And when prices start climbing rapidly, momentum investors jump in, creating a feedback loop that pushes silver even higher. Traders at the Silent Ledger explain that these surges can be amplified in volatile markets, which is exactly what we're witnessing now. Geopolitical uncertainty also plays a huge role. The world is facing unprecedented tensions, from trade disputes to conflicts in key regions. When uncertainty spikes, investors flock to safe haven assets like gold and silver. Unlike stocks or bonds, silver offers a form of security that's tangible and globally recognized. That makes it a preferred choice for hedging against risk, especially when markets are jittery. Now, let's not forget the technical side of the market. Charts show that silver has broken through long-term resistance levels. This isn't a slow climb, it's a surge fueled by both fear and opportunity. Momentum traders see the breakouts, analysts see the fundamentals, and suddenly everyone wants in. The Silent Ledger has been tracking these signals, and the alignment is rare. Industrial demand, inflation fears, investment surges, and geopolitical risks, all converging at the same moment. But what does this mean for everyday investors? If you're watching from home, it's tempting to jump in immediately. However, the market is volatile, and while the rally is historic, corrections can happen just as fast. The key takeaway is awareness. Knowing why silver is moving gives you a huge advantage over investors who are reacting blindly. It's about timing, strategy, and understanding the forces at play rather than chasing the hype. Interestingly, silver's story isn't just about numbers. There's a psychology to this rally. When silver crosses major milestones like $90 per ounce, it attracts headlines, social media chatter, and speculative trading. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, becomes real. Investors who have never touched precious metals suddenly feel pressure to act. This psychological layer accelerates momentum, often more than any single economic factor. The Silent Ledger emphasizes that understanding this human element is just as critical as tracking the fundamentals. Now, some skeptics argue that silver's rally is unsustainable. After all, price spikes of this magnitude have historically been followed by sharp pullbacks. And yes, volatility is part of the game. But even if a short-term correction occurs, the underlying factors, industrial demand, limited supply, inflation pressures, remain intact. In other words, silver's story isn't over, and some experts believe this rally could set new records if current trends continue. What's also fascinating is the global response. Countries that are major producers of silver, like Mexico and Peru, are starting to adjust their mining operations and export policies, which could further influence supply. Meanwhile, investors in North America and Europe are scrambling to secure metal, whether in physical coins, bars, or ETFs. This tug-of-war between supply and demand is a dynamic battle playing out in real time, and watching it unfold is nothing short of mesmerizing. So, as silver smashes through $90 and captures headlines worldwide, the takeaway is clear. Multiple factors are converging in a rare and historic way. Inflation, industrial growth, geopolitical uncertainty, investment surges, and psychological momentum all collide to create a perfect storm for silver. The Silent Ledger will continue to track these developments, offering insights that go beyond the numbers and into the story behind the surge. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you, what do you think will happen next? Will silver continue to climb, or are we due for a correction? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video with friends or anyone interested in precious metals. Staying informed is the first step to making smarter investment decisions, and the Silent Ledger is here to guide you every step of the way. Remember, this isn't just about silver. It's about understanding the forces shaping our financial world. Keep watching, stay curious, and as always, make sure you're making decisions based on knowledge, not just hype. Like, subscribe, comment, and share to keep this conversation going. The rally is historic, the stakes are high, and now you're part of the story.